Hello, my name's Juggling Geek. I run a lot of non-stop 120 star, and a couple of years ago I made a video trying to explain how non-stop 120 could be approached by a sort of intermediate slash beginner runner, maybe someone with a time of like 2 hours in vanilla 120. And it's not very good anymore, so I decided to make a new one. Recently I got a new PB, a 120.11, and this is that video. I just thought I'd talk through some of the modifications I made to the world record route. You should definitely watch the world record route, but I think there are some strats in there that are just way too hard for a runner who's at like sort of 150 to 2 hour mark in vanilla 120. So I would first of all say don't go for the LBLJ into Womp's Fortress. It's unnecessary. Saves a bit of time, but it's really hard. So straight away you're seeing that I do 5 wall kicks there instead of 4, just to make it a bit easier to get up to the top. My approach to all of the lobby is basically just get through it as quickly as you can. You don't want to be just resetting all the time in lobby. So I am going to skip through parts of it that are similar to vanilla, because there's not really any point in watching this. So we move on to Womp's Fortress next, and here I intentionally get a late cycle, so I don't go for the texture setup that's required to get the early cycle that you see a lot of the pro runners get. I intentionally do full sock folder setup and go a cycle later. These 5 coins are optional if you're fast enough. You can just, if you're struggling to make the cycle, you can just get the normal 5 that you would get for the normal cannonless movement. You'll see what happens here is I have a bit of I make a bit of a mistake. I make too many mistakes in this first section and miss the cycle. Spoilers. But obviously this is identical to whatever it is that you're doing in vanilla 100 coin. The exception being that here you don't need to do the double jump. You can just take the pole. But I chose to do that because I'd made some mistakes. But if you do everything correctly, you should have enough time to take the pole. Here you can see that I just overshoot the wooden plank. Nice little cheeky back up there. But each one of those cycles costs you about 10 seconds, I think. So it's up to you, but I would recommend going for the late cycle on that bit. Pay attention to these island order here. I think this is probably the easiest way to go. And when fighting the One King, just turn the camera around to face the islands. Just makes things a little bit easier for the next bit. So it is worth pointing out that the 100 coins is coin perfect. I missed the star there. The 100 coins is coin perfect here, so you do need every single coin on this route. If you miss any, however, there are some coins in that cork box that you can see just in that shot. Just there. Oh no, it's not there now. There that I'm running past. And getting the star and the coins here, you can do them in either order. So if you're used to going for the 8 coins there, you can do that first. It doesn't really matter in terms of time save. Obviously, these stars where you're going in and collecting a star as you would in vanilla, you can use whatever strategy you would normally use in vanilla. So here I mess up, but try and go for the triple anyway, miss the triple and have to go for the backup. That's fine. But whatever here. So I don't set that up, but what you can do is you can use a little bit of time to line the camera up in Mario Cam C down. While we're going into JRB1 to do ship clip, it might be worth talking about the routing. Now I choose to go to JRB here, but seeing how you've got 9 stars at this point, it is totally possible to go to Bowser in the Dark World and then do wing cap after that if you are going for a faster cycle in Dark World, or you really suck at Dark World, you might want to go do that first. A little point here, if you are going to do JRB after Womp's Fortress, you often take fall damage when doing Owlless. So it's worth surfacing after you do Owl. I have a bit of problems here with Shiplet. But after you've done Owlless, you take a little bit of damage. It's worth surfacing on the way to doing Shiplet, because if you hit the eel once, when you've already taken fall damage on the way out of Womp's Fortress, that's it, you're dead. Whereas if you've recovered that health by surfacing, when you hit the eel, sorry, it isn't the end of the run. You can continue because you won't have received enough damage just yet. So that's a little tip from me. And I'm going to skip ahead now because we just collect the star and then do the wing cap, which is the same as in vanilla apart from the ending. So you collect the star first and then do a ledge grab. I missed the ledge grab. So this isn't the best start from me in this room, but eventually I did PB. I got a 120.11. So a kind of important learning point here is to kind of just keep runs going that you might not necessarily keep going. I'm running against balanced splits here, and I've kept it going despite me being in the red so early on. I guess because you get sick of resetting so often in JRB and Womp's Fortress. I'm going to skip ahead here because a lot of this is similar to vanilla, with the exception of this bit. So you get some of the coins there, and then you activate Eel Star, and pay attention to what I do with the camera here. So I'm holding C right and C up as I do this, and then I switch to just holding C up as I swim through the star, and then switch into Mario Cam and holding C up to get the Jetstream star. Just makes things that much easier to then find this seam here to do the wall climb. My B mashing sucked there. And then again, I'm going to skip through to the hard bit, which is JRB cannonless. Now, this is the reason that I do JRB first and as early as possible in the run, is because JRB cannonless is a huge time save if you get it, and a huge time save if you miss it. So you collect the red coins, and then go into Mario Cam C down, and I guess it's just about finding a setup that works for you. What I found works for me was to go into Mario Cam C down and then mash C left and wait until the camera spins around and then just time these jumps. And with the lag that you get on console, it makes it a little bit easier. But if you miss that, depending on what skill level you are and what time set you're going for, it might be worth just having one go at it and then going and opening the cannon. So you do need 62 coins at this point, so I kind of didn't collect the coins as cleanly as I would have liked. And then this bit's kind of similar to vanilla 100 coin, but then you move on to the chests. So I'll take a quick sip of my coffee here while you watch me finish the route. And I'm going to skip ahead here once I've collected these, because the next stage is Dark World, and that's identical to vanilla, so we're just going to skip through that. Quick note on pausing, there's only so many states that you can actually pause and stage exit from. So you can't be, like, for example, you can't be butt sliding, you can't be in the air. So just something to optimize your runs. So as I say, I'm going to skip through Dark World. I think I did get a good Dark World in this run in the end, but we'll skip through it. Oh no, I didn't. So then I do Vanish Cap now. You have the key for basement, get Vanish Cap out of the way early. And also you can't, like, forget about it. It's easy sometimes if you're not paying attention, you just slip into vanilla mode. You finished with lobby, and then you go straight on to the next stage, which is Dire Docks. So get Vanish Cap early, so that if you do forget it, you remember hopefully during BOB or CCM. But the movement here is the same as from before. You saw me do that long jump up the slope to get to the Vanish Cap area. That just takes a little bit of practice, but it's not that hard. And then we go on to BOB for the second time. This time collecting the 100 coins, and the first section is kind of different. So use C right to reduce lag here when you're talking to the cannon and to the Koopa. and then you start the Koopa race. It's very difficult to get a good coin count, so you need every coin you can get before you start flying. So it's worth, I think, at our level, getting these 6 coins no matter where they go. I got kind of good RNG there. And then another thing I would say is, as soon as you open this box, so 1402, I'm remembering that number, I'm remembering 02, because if you're not very good at movement, you can run out of wing cap, you might have to adjust your route. So I don't go for the... it is possible to avoid getting hit there if you practice it. And you see I have problems getting here. I don't go for the fancy sky jump strat that you'll see world record holders go for. I just do this, which is the backup movement if you've ever missed the sky jump in vanilla 70 star. And you can see I'm going really slowly here. I could go a lot faster, but I'm not very good. So I'm remembering the 1402 time, and that I'm not really likely to get there. It takes about 10 seconds to fly over to the this bit here. So if you've got 10 seconds left on your timer, you're alright. And just try and get as many of the coins and the secrets as possible. So you see I knew I had enough time there. And then this is the order that I recommend. You get the coin, then the star, and then the second wing cap. So I'm going to pause it here just a second. So that's what I'm aiming for. You see where that coin is in relation, about halfway between the horizon and the rectangles. And you see I only just caught that third because I was a little bit high on the cannon shot. And 57 is the magic number. That's the minimum that you can get by with, where you're going to need some extra coins. But I decided to go back because I'd missed one of the secrets, because I went too high with the cannon shot. So 60 is not a bad coin count. And do remember to go back for the star from Koopa the Quick. I'll probably post the splits that I use, the split file, in the... oh man, that is bad. We're going to skip over this gameplay because it's exactly the same as vanilla, and it's kind of embarrassing how badly I do at it. A quick note here is that these 3 stars obviously can be grabbed in any order. So don't think that you have to grab the 100 coin star first. If it's convenient, grab the 8 red coin star first, and then do the 100 coins. Sometimes you might, if you've had a really bad time in the air getting coins, you might have to go over to the other area to kill one of the bombs. So obviously you would get the red coin star first. So we move on to CCM here. And I'm going to skip over this star because it's the same as vanilla. You just get the star on its own, and you get to do the most fun thing, which is to elaborately jump through the star into the void. Here we go. So this is the first one where I do something that I would consider maybe advanced. I am doing the new CCM penguin route. So I missed that, but I do the Adam Pass route on the slide. The reason is I don't think that the actual slide skip is that hard to learn. As long as you learn the correct part of the slide to flip off and you have full speed. So it's that polygon, and if you have full speed you should be able to get it pretty easily. The reason I do it in this but not in vanilla is because the coin count is less of a problem. So I've already missed 1 coin. In vanilla, if you miss any coins on this route, then that's the end of the run. But in non-stop, obviously, you're exiting the slide with 70 odd coins. There's loads of other coins that you can get. So you do have to wait for the penguin, make sure you get it as close to the door as you can to save as much time as possible. So if you're having trouble with the penguin slide later on, you can get that red coin at that point, but we choose not to. And then this bit just takes some practice. What you're aiming to do is land on that little bit of a slope so that you maintain a butt slide through this whole section. If you don't, you can use various bits of the geometry, including that triangle there that we just passed, to start a butt slide again. Or you can just walk with the penguin. And then this bit here is all about having as much speed as possible into that slide. If you do miss that slide, you have to climb the tree after you've collected the penguin star. So we collect the penguin star. And then we need this red coin here, number 6. And then you kind of just pick up the red coin route. So if you don't do the Adam Pass, sometimes it's possible that you might spawn the 100 coin start with that red coin as well. That might be a 100th coin, because there's extra coins on the slide. And that's kind of, can be a bit of a time loss. And then I have some problems here, so I just reset and start again. And then I tried to go for the Benji strat there, where you butt slide onto that sloped wall and then silly kick up. It didn't quite go perfectly. Have a check out of the world record video that does that, because it is quite a cool strat and it's possible to learn that for sure. And then we just tidy up with this one. So I'm going to pause here and do the next section in another take. Okay, so welcome back. As I say, I skipped over that snowman's big head star. Now we have 31 stars because we've already collected Vanish Cap. And we move on to basement. So this section is where you go into Dire Docks. I'm going to leave it playing during the rings and chests, just so you can see how I do that. But Dire Docks, it's the same as 100 coin, isn't it, really? Let's be honest. The ending's kind of different, but you need to have a good DDD 100 to be good at non-stop. Ooh, I got hit by the shark there, that's bad. So try and collect as many coins as you can, but obviously you can miss 6 coins here rather than just the 1, so you do get a bit of leniency. So I don't have to worry about those 2 that I missed. You collect as many coins. Each time you pass one of the rings, you want to just swim through it at just the right angle to collect as many coins as you can. And then use this ring to line up this bit. Don't worry too much about the lag. If you can do the lag reductions, then great, but when you're facing towards that whirlpool you do get a bit of lag. But obviously you need to line it up so you face the chest as well. Try to avoid that down warp, that's really bad. And you need 36 coins before you start the swim through the tunnel. So as I said, I'm going to skip over this. No, wait, because you have to swim towards you have to do the jet stream star, don't you? So we'll leave that playing. One thing to say is hold C up here and then just swim past it a little bit so that you're facing towards, like, facing the same direction as the submarine does, really. It just helps to reduce the lag a little bit, and just listen carefully for the swims as you go through. And I got a really good star spawn there, so I'm already in the swim, but I managed to lose it. But that's a case of just getting good at doing that star while the lag's going on. So this is the bit I'm going to skip through because it's not that interesting. From a non-stop point of view, it's the same as vanilla. When you collect this submarine star is entirely up to you. You can either collect it on the way before you collect those 2 red coins, or you can collect it here before you do the triple jump. Did I get the triple jump the first time? I must have done, because I had a good DDD. Yeah, I did. Okay. So then you get these blues, and then you have 95 coins. So you go over here, collect the red coin star. And I take my time here. There's probably some faster movement that you could pick up from the world record holder, but my aim was just to get these 5 coins and the 100 coin star without losing the vanish cap effect. It's quite a short timer. And then the other thing to note is that because you're swimming and you have some momentum, it can take a few attempts to pause and stage exit there. I got it first time. So then we go on to basement. This is probably the hardest section of the run. Unfortunately, there's no way of moving it earlier in the run because of how MIPS 2 works. You need 50 stars to get MIPS 2 to spawn, and it's just a bit finicky. I'm not going to explain exactly why, but basically you can't get SSL and basement any earlier in the run than this. So this is a little tricky. If you go into Mario Cam C down for this box, you tend to break it and be able to do the rollout for some reason. And then we just move on to red coins. Kind of familiar movement here, but obviously you're in a different camera to what you normally would be. Try to avoid spawning the tornado at all if you can. It has a trigger as you get closer to it. And then, depending on how good you are, you may or may not have to wait for the Klepto bird here. Use a little kickstall there to avoid burying in the sand. And then, this is kind of familiar if you do the beginner red coins route. But it is really difficult to avoid death in SSL. You can see there I had a bit of a nightmare with the pillar, but managed to pick things up again. So this is similar to what the world record route does, but obviously I'm not very good, so there's a little bit of bad movement here and there. You should still have plenty of time with the wing cap timer. It's not like in vanilla 100 coin where you can run out of wing cap. Try to land on your belly there. You do have the option of skipping those 5 coins if you want to collect them from the shifting staircase instead. I think that it's better to skip the shifting staircase. And then you see here I'm not sure what cycle I'm on with the box, so I just wait it out so that I can long jump past it. The hitboxes for pokies I always found really annoying. Now this is some new tech. I think this is faster than what the world record does. Obviously not faster the way I do it, but it is quite fast. So you get the shell here and then use the invisible shell effect to kill this pokey and this fly guy. If you do things perfectly, you can save about a second on what the world record does, but it also has the benefit of this section here is so much easier because you don't have to worry about dying in that sand pit. So once we're in the pyramid with 62 coins, this is very similar to vanilla. So if you have better vanilla movement than me, which almost everyone in the world does, do that instead. As I say, if you wanted to skip other coins outside the pyramid, you can get those 4 on the shifting staircase. Remember to avoid sound glitch here. So just hold neutral while you do a couple of jump kicks, and that should work. And then you can do, if you know the dive, you can do it, or this is what I do. Just do some jump kicks to collect all the coins. You do only need 4 of those coins, you don't need all 5 if you do the route that I'm doing. Remember to collect that star first before you drop down, try to avoid that sand pit. And then we finish with a side flip. Yes, good side flip, well done, past me that isn't as bad at the game as this video would suggest. So you collect the 100 coin star, and then we need to get into that cage to finish with iRock. So I'll just let it play while I do that, and then we'll skip ahead to Lethal Lava Land. You can see that I had problems there, but a side flip should do it. Yeah. If you're good, you can skip the ledge grabs there, but I, for some reason, always seem to get them. Anyway, we're going to skip ahead here. Get the star, then die. And then on to LLL, don't bonk there. And this is a tricky stage, but if you take it carefully, you should be okay. So we want to get the attention of the eyeball while we're doing this long jump and burn, which is fine. Then you do a quick run around, and you need 2 coins from there while this coin's spawning. We got lucky, sometimes it can land in that hole. There is a warp in that hole, just be aware of it. But as long as you get to this point and you get those 5 coins as the puzzle solves, I had a bit of problems there, I missed that red, but it's okay. Now all of my cycles will be messed up because I had to do a little deviation. So you do have to do some improvising in this stage to work out what cycle you're on. As it turned out, I was on a good cycle there. Kill that with a ground pound or a kick, whatever suits you. I recommend waiting here for the bridge to spawn. Obviously you can jump out before the bridge spawns, but I think that's a bit risky. This is important. You do need the coins from these 3 bullies, so pay particular attention to where they're going and make sure that you collect them. So it's like you're trying to do 2 things at once. You're trying to kill those 4 bullies and also collect those 3 coins before they fall off the edge of the platform. This movement's good to know, by the way, if you're doing vanilla and you have a propensity for breaking the shell and you might not want to reset the route. Right, this bit here, you need to long jump right off the edge of the platform at full speed. So you can see I did a stupid ground pound there and decided to have another run up at it. But as long as you do the second burn beyond the line of the fence, you're fine. And then here you have to be really careful because one single touch of the lava and you're dead. So I take a little bit of time here to wait for the cycle. Make sure that that platform is full and collect those 5 coins. Take a look at the world record route because Sol manages to not have to collect those 5 coins by collecting the coins earlier in the run, right at the very beginning. Have a look at that. But I recommend going into the pyramid with 80 coins so that you can spawn the 100 coin star in the normal place. Because if you die here after collecting the 100 coin star, you can just continue the route. You can just continue the run by jumping back into the painting and getting the volcano tour in the normal way. But if you were to mess this, oh, by the way, I do this slightly different. I jump to the pole. Highly recommend doing that. But if you mess up that movement and you're relying on those 3 coins for the 100 coin star, then you're at a potential situation where you're going to lose a minute or 2 rather than like 20 seconds. So now we collect Mips. I would recommend going this way so that if you miss him, you can collect him around the corner near Toad. If you know the Mips movement where you grab him in front of HMC, like you would do for the 50 star Mips in vanilla, then do that, absolutely. So this is the last star we're going to collect in basement before going into HMC. We don't go back to basement after this. This is why you can't really do basement any later. So HMC is a weird one. A lot of it is very similar to vanilla. You just do things in a slightly different order, and then other bits of it are completely wild and different. So I'm gonna skip through this bit. So whatever movement you would normally do here, if you do this long jump, you know, good luck to you. You can be a possible chokehold. Here's where things go a bit differently though. So I would recommend skipping these coins from the eyeball and the spider, but you can get the spider and the eyeball and then skip 8 coins later on. But see what I do here. And that's red coins. Now, isn't that easier than having to wait for the eyeball blue coin? And then we never come back into this room. It's great. Incidentally, if you collect, you can skip these 4 coins from the snippets if you collect one of the extra spiders in the red coin room. So you have a few options in HMC about extra coins, depending on whether you kill the eyeball and the spider in the red coin room. I choose not to. So you need 74 coins before going to this room anyway. And then I do go for the fancy backwards long jump, but I don't think I ever get it. It's one of those things that you can try. And if you get it, then good for you. If you don't get it, then you just do the normal movement. Come back. One thing to say here is to get the camera to behave is stay in Mario Cam C up. I didn't mean to get burned there, that was silly. And then we just do the normal backwards long jump. This is really bad. I'm gonna leave it playing because it's not far off divergence. So here, do a little side flip wall kick to get up to rolling rocks. And now I don't do the side flip here because I'm scared of the pit, but you can do a side flip off to the right and it's much quicker than what I do. But I've lost too many runs missing the side flip, missing the ledge grab on here and falling into the pit. So just a different way of getting that star. And then here you do Christmas Miracle. If you miss Christmas Miracle, you can do the elevator clip instead, and then do the backup for this. This whole room can be done differently by doing the elevator clip, then getting the beast star, and then coming and doing Christmas Miracle. But either way, you're gonna have to come back to this island from the water to get to the metal cap. So this bit can be really tricky. You've got a lot of lag. These jumps are all frame perfect. It's kind of similar to front sub actually. You know, when you get on the front of the sub for 100 coins in DDD, you can see I'm having some real problems. And I think in the end, yeah, I do go over to the beast. Can't remember what they're called. And I just had an absolute mare here. I don't know what I was thinking. But I eventually get on the island. So there you go. After you've collected them 2 stars, we then go to metal cap. And I'm going to skip over that because it's the same as in vanilla. You can see I had some problems. Oh dear. So now we finish off with Diadox, the Manta Ray Star and Fire Sea. Again, they're identical to vanilla, so we're going to skip right on ahead. And now we have the key for upstairs. And at this point, I would recommend doing Rainbow Ride. Rainbow Ride and TTC are 2 of the hardest stages in non-stop. There's a jump in Rainbow Ride that can kill the run. I don't think it's wise to do it as the last stage. So you go upstairs and we go to Rainbow Ride. And we're going to do upstairs later on in the run. It doesn't lose time. Then you'll see why in a minute. Anyway. You don't need the coins from that locker 2 if you're taking the carpet. This is a no carpetless area, by the way, that we don't do carpetless on this channel. So don't worry if you're doing carpetless, you can have a look at what the route is. To use carpetless, you collect extra coins basically, and then do the carpetless trick. But I'm never going to learn it, I don't think. So we get red coins, and this is all kind of similar to what you'd expect. By the way, get rid of that bomb. If you're at the level I'm at and that bomb activates, just get rid of it before you do these wall kicks, because no one wants these blue coins to despawn because the bomb put you off. So you must talk to the pink bomb. If you do that in vanilla normally, then good for you. That's what I've learnt to do recently. If you don't do it, obviously, you can just do the new cruiser wall kick and then get onto the carpet that way. But the key thing is that you get onto the carpet and you need 60... what is that then? 62 coins before you activate the carpet. You need 67 at this point anyway. But it's okay if you've missed some coins because I'll explain in a minute. So this is the trick. This is the hard bit. So I'll talk you through it. Basically, once you collect star, you go into Mario Cam C down and face Mario to the right. And then the camera will turn. There you go. And then once it turns, hang on, let me skip that. Once it turns, you're looking to get, you see how the rainbow ring is now obscured by that pillar. That's the angle that you want before you press up to start the triple jump. And then we're going to triple jump off the top and then hold back and go into Mario Kart so that you get a full slide. You get a full slide down the backside. This pillar actually has 5 faces to it. There's 2 that you can see, and then there's 3 on the back of it. And you need to land on the middle triangle of those 3 that are on the back that you can't see. So we do a hold back, go into Mario Cam, and you can see just about there that I'm sliding on the 3rd one in the middle. That's where you need to slide. And you need to slide down as much of it as possible to gain as much speed as possible to then land on the ship's bow. And then just carry on. So as long as you have 90 coins at this point, you're fine. But if you don't, you're going to need some extra coins. So you can either make sure that you get 90 coins by doing a Cali kill there, or you can get 5 coins from the Chuckia to top up your coin count. And then do a quick dive roll out here to not take fall damage as we fall through tricky triangles. Make sure that you collect these 5 coins on the slide. And then you can either, depending on the cycle, you can triple jump up here and get these 5 coins. Or you can do the flame spitter triple jump that you would do for beginner swinging in the breeze and then come back for those. But I recommend doing it this way. And then that's Rainbow Ride done. Quick as that. So then we go on to TTC. By the way, if you do everything perfectly here, you should have plenty of time to enter the clock when it's stopped. And do a quick see down here during the cutscene so that you can see the clock time a little bit better. If you go into this clock when the time's moving, as I sometimes do, then you just have to die. You just have to take the L. Right, so here, I always struggled with the movement to do the double wall kicks that people do in the triple jump. So this is a slightly different way of doing it. That side flip's really slow, by the way, but it makes sure that you're never going to fall down. And I do this. Now, I wouldn't recommend people do this, by the way, but it's just another way of getting those coins. You don't need these 2 coins there, I just get them as an extra backup. And you just work your way up using the movement that you would do for vanilla Stomp the Thwomp. If you do that in 70 star, that's the movement that's kind of similar. And then we pick up the 100 coins route again. And then here, we're going to get to this area as quick as possible. Get these coins. You don't need that coin. And we get a good cycle with the thwomp there. And now this is really important. So you go into Mario Cam C down to make sure that you land on the arm of that hand and not on the middle pointy bit, because then you end up in a butt slide, you can fall all the way down. So just pay attention there. I'll just skip back a second. Pay attention here to how, so you turn, you do a 180 effectively, and you're aiming for that area so that you land on the moving bars that aren't moving. And then this is the route I would recommend, because it gives you plenty of time to get the blue coins. Technically, I think it's faster to get that star after activating the blue coin switch. But if anything goes wrong and you despawn those blue coins, then you've lost several minutes, basically. And then just take it really steady here. There's no point being a hero and doing this bit really fast, because if you mess up or miss anything, you're going to die. But we want to leave TTC with 79 coins. And you can just see how far ahead I am on the left there of my splits. We're going to skip through Cloud Stage. Don't fall in Cloud Stage, it's really bad. So you get Cloud Stage. And this is the reason that we can do TTC and Rainbow Ride earlier in the route. Because when you collect the Cloud Stage star, you have to pause and stage exit to go back to the carpet in the lobby. It means that you have to climb the 50-star stairs twice, no matter what you do. So this is why we can do upstairs a bit later in the run. and get Tippy out of the way early. I'm going to pause it here and take a quick break, and I'll be back. Okay, so we're going to move on to THI, and this is probably the biggest reason that I made this video, is because the route that I included in the old video was the old route, and it's rubbish. Don't do it. I definitely don't do it. So you need to get secrets and the piranha plant star out of the way so that you can spawn Cooper the Quick, and then we're going to get the 100 coin star with Cooper the Quick in the second visit. So just do whatever you would normally do to get the secret star. Don't collect the star yet, jump into that pipe instead, then do whatever you would normally do to collect the mountaintop star, since how we need to go that way anyway. And then once you have the mountaintop star, you want to jump across, and you'll see where I go in a minute, but try to avoid going in the water. You don't want to end up swimming there because you lose all your momentum. But you want to butt slide down here. Now it is possible with enough speed to clear this ledge, but I didn't have enough speed, so I just dropped down here. And then I had absolute nightmare killing these piranha plants. So we are going to skip ahead here, but just worth bearing in mind, you need to practice this bit. I didn't practice it enough, and I lost loads of time. So once you've got in there, into the small pipe, you come out into the small island, and then just be very careful as you go across this temporary bridge. Get the star and die. And then this is the hard bit. I practiced this loads before I did this run. I considered not doing this new route for a long time, but it really is worth it. It probably saves about 40 seconds. And I'll explain why it's hard in a minute. You collect these coins. You don't need the 5 coins from the pole. There are some backup coins at the end that we'll mention, so I'll explain that in a minute. We do miss one here when you kill you get bad RNG sometimes. So you don't need to use the shell to kill the Mini Cooper, obviously. I just find it easier. And I missed there. So I was too far to the left. Try again. And the movement inside the cave is the same on the way to the star, obviously. Don't miss the coin there. You can see I'm getting nervous because this is the back end of the run and I'm on a really good pace. I don't want to lose the run here. So once you have all these coins and you've collected the star, you need to get back out of the cave, and the camera can be a bit tricky and the movement's not ideal, and here's what I do. So you go into, drop down here and then go into Mario Cam C down, turn the camera a little bit and deliberately get a double jump ledge grab there, and then long jump from that pillar over towards the exit. Now, a side flip wall kick is enough to get a ledge grab here, and then we want to talk to Cooper the Quick by doing a long jump past him. Just makes it a little bit easier, makes it a little bit closer to this Goomba. There are 2 Goombas in this area, but I only kill one of them. If you're really having problems, you can kill both of those Goombas before talking to Cooper the Quick. It's up to you. I prefer just to kill one of them, and then just practice this movement over and over again. Get used to getting through that breeze and finishing the Cooper race. And then, now I would not recommend going for those 5 coins over there. They're really tricky to get and you can fall off too easily. There's plenty of backup coins before you do Wiggler Clip. I would recommend just getting them instead, even though they're slower. Take care with the camera here, because can be a bit tricky. Just practice that over and over again, that section, because you don't want to fall there. And you can see that I've only got 75 coins, so I know I'm going to have to get all of the backup coins, because you need 90 before you do Wiggler Clip. So I killed the whatever that's called, the Chuckya, and then there's also 5 coins over there. And then just take your time to set this up. It can be a bit difficult doing this when you don't have the usual camera setup, but it does work. You can see there, I'm really having problems in THI, but I think this is where I probably lost the most time on this run. But we finally got in there eventually. say eventually, there we go. And then obviously there's the 10 coins that you get. If you didn't know about these 10 coins, you do now. Just collect them. Don't bother going for the double star spawn. It is technically possible to get the double star spawn, but I mean, really, who cares? I'm gonna skip ahead. And that's probably one of the harder stages dealt with. That's all the hard stages done now, I think. And it's just a case of closing out the run. So we'll skip ahead here because we go to TTM. So the first TTM is kind of, you collect the toad start. The first TTM is kind of the same as 100 coins, except for, yeah, it's the same as 100 coins. You can have a look at the world record route. It does a slightly different route where it collects the red coin start before going into the slide, but that means that you're then coin perfect. This is how you get this is how I get the top of the mountain star. There's probably a quicker way to do this actually. I didn't put that much time into learning this section. I just wanted to get on with the stage. So we collect all the coins on the slide. And ideally you want to come out with 99 coins. Something must have gone wrong. And I didn't get them all. So you have backups obviously, you can kill the chuck here. And there's these 5 coins over there. Don't forget that when you throw the chucky, it gives you some backwards momentum, so you don't want to be too close to the edge when you throw the chucky away from the edge. Kill these guys. Clearly having some problems there. Oh my goodness. I'm panicking now, you can see me panicking. That was very scary. And then also, obviously you'll have a different camera to what you normally would, but just make sure you're in Mario Cam C down and you don't hit any invisible walls before you die. And then we go on to SL. Now, this route I stole from Sol, the world record holder. I would recommend this as the route that you do, just it makes a lot of things a lot easier than the route that Beeve does, for example. He does a different route. More similar to the vanilla route. This is the route that I prefer, and I'll explain why in a minute. So you get rid of this guy. It just means that you don't have to jump over into the freezing pond in any way. It just means that you can do this and it's nice and simple. You just do some really slow, silly kicks up there. And then into the igloo. If you do the more vanilla standard route that It's Beef does, and G whatever does, it's kind of, you have to do that triple jump over the over that area. Quick note about the vanish cap is that you don't have much time to get everything, so really practice this movement so that you don't make too much of a mess of it. And you want to exit the igloo with, I think it's 51 coins. 52 coins. But you should have plenty of time to get that star. Then we do the beginner movement for Snowman's big head. And then just drop down here to the freezing pond area. And I do this movement. That's the same as what you do in vanilla. Obviously I made a mess of it because I'm nervous. But you're okay. I've missed the coin. Did I get this? Yeah, I did. Don't forget about this star, by the way. And then the ending is therefore, it's similar to vanilla, you don't have to worry about killing the bully. And what you want to finish with here is 84 coins. 84 is the magic number. So once you have 84 coins, you can go over to the first money bag that you would normally collect in vanilla, 100 coins. But we keep the shell. So I had 85, which means that I've got an extra one. You can see here I have a little bit of trouble with the money bag. And this is the end of SL. So that's quite different to what I did in my last video as well, and I would recommend doing it that way. Pause and stage exit means you can go to Wet Dry World. Wet Dry World it's a good fun stage. You're unlikely to die in Wet Dry World, which is why I do it at the end. You want to go in with the water at its lowest. And it's kind of similar. It's kind of a mixture of the 100 coin route from 120 star and 70 star, but with some modifications. You don't need that spider, by the way. By the way, if you get flame damage from that flame spitter, it actually is faster, because it cancels fall damage. Otherwise you have to do cancel fall damage with a kick like I did there. So this is kind of similar to 70 star. And then this is the route that I would recommend you do. Get up to the top. Activate the secrets star. And then go and get top of the town. Now the absolute pro way to do it is to activate the elevator and then get that star on the way, but it's so tight with the timing. I would recommend doing this. Go into Mario Cam C down to do that long jump and you should be fine. And then you really have to go as fast as possible to get over here before the elevator. I can't remember if I make it or not. Oh, I do just. And then this backwards long jump. I think the way I do it, I'm not even sure if it saves time, but it's fun. So definitely worth a try. It works because there's a low ceiling. So it's not your typical backwards long jump. It's a low ceiling backwards long jump similar to LBLJ. I nearly missed that then. Don't miss that. And then I think I'm going to skip through this bit because it's very similar to 120, 100 coins, except you don't have to get the ring of 8 coins in the middle. So you can just skip from here, you just do a long jump and get the ledge grab. And then we're off. So once you have these 2 stars, you then get the vanish cap, and it's the same movement that you would normally do for this star, and you finish with Wet Dry World. We go to BBH. I do BBH last, because unless you factory, it's very difficult to get anything wrong in BBH. So we now do Ghost Hunt with everything else, and this is a great route, and I really recommend switching to this one from the previous one that used to do 100 coins with the merry-go-round star. So you can see there, if you factory it at the very beginning, you can just pause and stage exit and start again, and you lose minimal time. I wouldn't recommend factorying though. Pay attention to the camera that I'm using here. I'm having to do it in Lack 2 cam. You might not be used to doing Ghost Hunt in Lack 2 cam if you're doing a lot of vanilla. And we had a bit of trouble with the wall kick there. This room can be kind of annoying in non-stop. It just feels a bit awkward. Probably a better way of doing this faster. But make sure you're facing away from that painting when you do that double jump ground pound to kill the 2 boos. And then if you mess up this triple jump, what you can do, oh actually I can demonstrate actually. You just side flip up there and then you can do a double jump like you would do in normal vanilla to get to that balcony. You want to drop down, you do take fall damage there, so make sure that you do a dive rollout to cancel fall damage. And you're just coming at this boo from a slightly different angle. You don't have to get that star there, by the way. If it's in an awkward position relative to where you are, you can get it on the way back. So we're going to have to go back that way to get the red coin star anyway. So here we go. I went in that door by mistake. Don't do that. And then we do the... Oh, now I think that's a problem. I think I have to go back for the... Yeah. So you get a very tight timer on the vanish cap. So if that happens, sometimes it's worth just re-grabbing the vanish cap. But you should have enough time, if you don't make that mistake, to get these 2 books and then get into the eyeball room. Should have more than enough time, really. And pay attention to where this boo is. It can sometimes try and deke you a little bit and then hide like it does here. So I have no idea where he is. I can hear him, but I can't find him. There he is. And then this can be tricky. I'd recommend practicing this a bit. You're doing the boo, the balcony boo, but in a different camera to what you're used to. So I think yeah, don't do that, basically. I've since learned that that's really slow, and there's a better way to kill the boo in Lakitu cam. Because I'm used to doing this star in Mario cam, but you don't have that option in 120. And then this bit's awesome. I love that Sol found this route just for this reason. So there's like 1,000,000 coins down there. Once you've got 100 coins, you're done, and then we can go back to BBH for the second time, just to get the merry-go-round star. Again, I'm going to skip through this bit because it's the same as vanilla. In fact, I think everything's the same as vanilla from here. Yeah. So that's... Oh no, hang on, there's TTM, isn't there? So we get the slide stars, and then we finish with the second visit to TTM. Now, there is something to say about practicing mountain clip, because you only get one shot at mountain clip in vanilla, in non-stop, whereas in vanilla there's backups. So you have to get mountain clip the first time. But monkey glitch actually doesn't save all that much time in non-stop. It does save time, so if you're confident with monkey glitch, then do it. You can say I have problems here. But about monkey glitch, unlike in vanilla, it doesn't save time, and I'll explain why when I do it. Though in vanilla, when you free the monkey, he has to walk all the way down the mountain. And in vanilla, you don't have anything else to do. You just have to stand there like a lemon waiting for the monkey. But in non-stop, you can use that time effectively. So what we do is we spawn the monkey, we grab the monkey, and then we don't have to do any of the movement to glitch him out on the slope. We can just drop him. So that saves some time there, and then we can use this time to get the waterfall star in a very safe way, and it just makes things that much less stressful, considering that this is the last star that you're doing. And, you know, on this kind of pace where I'm 5 minutes ahead of my PB, I'm absolutely terrified that I'm going to lose the run. That's what I'd recommend doing. If, however, you're very confident with monkey glitch, then go for it. Here you want to be in Mario Cam C down so that you can line up the long jump to grab the last star, and then die. Now, I would talk about... I've forgotten to talk about life count, but basically life count doesn't matter too much as long as you are collecting all of the as long as you're collecting all the extra 1-ups on the way around. And that's it. That's my little commentary of my run. I'm going to skip ahead to do eventually kill Bowser and get a good time. This obviously is the same as vanilla, and we kill Bowser, and there we go. I got a time of 1:20.09. Sorry, I was incorrect. I said 1:20.11 in the start. I think it got retimed in the end to 1:20.11. So that is that. Thanks for watching, and do remember to like and subscribe. Thank you.